In this video, we're going to talk about everything there is to know about Mansfield, Texas. We're going to talk about where to live, where you want to eat, shopping, retail, dining, and even parks. So if that sounds good to you, stick around. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel, welcome, glad to meet you. My name is Wendy Pinnell. I am a local real estate broker here with On Track Realty. If you want to know everything there is to know about living in Dallas, Texas, working in Dallas, eating in Dallas, and definitely finding home in Dallas, Texas, be sure and hit that subscribe button and click on that little bell. We are a biz. We've been in the biz since 2007, working with tons of buyers and sellers just like you every day, and we absolutely love it. We're a family brokerage, so if you like the idea of our family helping yours, be sure and scroll on down in that description section, look for that Let's Find Home questionnaire, or you can call us, send us an email, drop us a text. Any of those ways are perfectly fine. We found our home in Dallas, Texas, and we just love the chance to help you find yours. Okay, so as you can see, we are down here in downtown Mansfield today. We're gonna be doing a full vlog tour. We're gonna take a look at a couple neighborhoods. We're gonna look around town. We're gonna check out some retail. We're gonna end up, like checking out one of Mansfield's best parks. But a little bit before we get started, population of Mansfield, 75,000. Okay, so, putting that in perspective, we're just south of Arlington, which has that population of 400,000, right? So Mansfield is kind of like this small little town just north of the big town. Mansfield is growing at a rate of 2.19% annually. Now, if we were going to compare that, right? We did a vlog tour on Arlington where we learned that it's growing by 0.18% annually, right? Okay, and then we did Midlothian and we talked about how that one is growing at 6% annually. So Mansfield is somewhere in the middle there, growing at about, 2%. Interesting thing about housing on that, okay? When you're in a town that has a period of explosive growth, kind of like Midlothian is right now, what you end up with is you end up with a town that is basically characterized by one period in time. So years from now, we're gonna see that Midlothian is new and shiny, right? Everything in it is gonna be one decade. Now, conversely, comparing that to Arlington, okay? Arlington, most of the homes were built in the 80s and 90s, right? And so we see there, that town mostly feels older. Well, Mansfield is a little bit more like Grand Prairie in that it's grown gradually over time, right? So in Mansfield, you're gonna find some homes in the 50s, you'll find some homes in the 60s, you'll find some homes in the 70s, 80s, and there's still new construction today. So, sounds good, sounds interesting. Mansfield, by the way, is near Arlington, near Midlothian. Let's see, it's also near Burleson. The commute time, 38 minutes to downtown Dallas, okay? Bit of a trek there. It's about 36 minutes to the airport. In terms of your best commute, you're talking like 22 minutes to Fort Worth. Mansfield is an ideal commute if you're working in Fort Worth. Okay, did you know, this is a fun little fact for you, and then we'll go take a look at some retail. Did you know that sweet little Mansfield was named one of the best places to live in America by Money Magazine? All right, so I'm gonna show you around town. I think you're gonna agree with me that Money Magazine had a real thing going there. All right, so you know what we're gonna do now? We're gonna go ahead and go take a look at some shops and retail. Let me tell you, Mansfield has plenty of that. All right, so let's go take a look. We're out here at Mansfield. It's one of their retail centers. I wanted to really give you an idea of what Mansfield has to offer from a retail section. So I guess, the first thing I could tell you is it can hold its own. Now, we know that Arlington, just to the north is huge, massive retail there. But, Mansfield has a respectable amount of retail going on and, from the old to the new, because Mansfield grew gradually, right? So the one I'm at right now, it has a lot to offer. It has the Academy, Belk, TJ Maxx, it has James Avery, has some good dining too. It has Torchy's Tacos and Mod Pizza. So just overall, a lot to offer here in Mansfield. So, you know, even though it doesn't have as much as Arlington, you know what though, I think you could mainly get what you needed here without having to go into Arlington, except maybe for Christmas shopping. Entertainment-wise, Mansfield also has a lot to offer. This is where you're gonna find Hawaiian Falls, okay? You're also gonna find some great sports centers, the Mansfield Star Center. It's also got some great parks. It has the Urban Air Trampoline Park, okay? So, lot to offer here. Smallish town at 75,000. You know, Mansfield's bigger, Grand Prairie's bigger, Midlothian's smaller. So it kind of fits in there. Anyway, so I can say all the good I want about entertainment and retail, but you know, I'm sure you're wondering, what are the neighborhoods like? What's the housing like, right? Because that's important. So you know what? That's our next stop. We're gonna go check out a neighborhood that's in the 400 to 500,000 range, kind of see what Mansfield has to offer there. So let's go take a look. We are over here in the Arbors of Creekwood Subdivision. Tell you what, on the drive over, I saw new retail, new strip centers going up. I saw a couple hospitals, pediatric, doctors' offices, you know, and then I saw houses of all different ages. I saw, you know, neighborhoods that look like they're built in the 70s, 80s, 90s, you know, and then newer ones. So that kind of goes to speak about how Mansfield has kind of grown gradually, but still has plenty of newness all on its own. Now, this particular subdivision that we're in does have an HOA of $200 a year. Now, if you're ever wondering, hey, does a neighborhood have an HOA or not? If you look and you see common walls, or you see like a decorated area as you're going in, you know, that you can tell then this neighborhood has an HOA because something has to maintain that, right? Or if you see like a neighborhood park or pool, that's also a good clue. Anyway, so houses in this area are selling on average about $169 a square foot. There's no new construction here. They were basically built between 1993 and 2004. So you can kind of see as we walk, this is kind of what you would see in that price range. The house behind me is listed at $445,000. It's priced at $182 a square foot. So as you can see, that's a little on the high side for the average of what would sell around here, but it also has a lot to offer. So the house behind me, very, very fixed up, very new-like, has a beautiful backyard. I love it. It's hardscaped, has the flagstone, has a really nice pool. So that kind of justifies that higher list price. Inside, it has stainless steel appliances. Check this out. Fireplace in the master. Like, who's not gonna love that, right? I know I would love that. Flooring, it's got luxury vinyl plank, it's got some carpet, some tile, double sinks in the bathroom, separate garden tub and shower. So really nice. That's the home behind us. Kind of shows you what you can get for the $445,000 price range, okay? And also kind of gives you an idea of what the neighborhood's like. All right, so we're gonna check out another neighborhood, again, giving you that feeling of Mansfield, what Mansfield's like. So we're gonna go, tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drive you through this neighborhood, kind of show you a few of the street views. And then we're gonna go over and we're gonna look at a house listed in the $700,000 range. Kind of check out a neighborhood there to give you an idea what you can see there. So stick around. Let's go take a look at this neighborhood. We are over here now in the Bowers Ranch subdivision of Mansfield. We have come down Broad Street, crossed over 287, and again on our way there saw lots more new retail. We saw grocery stores, we saw Kroger, we saw Chick-fil-A, we saw Wendy's, we saw Whataburger. But the neat thing about Mansfield is we also saw plenty of the lesser known restaurants, kind of those unique mom and pop shops, and I love that. I just love that uniqueness. I love the choice that you get. That definitely is something you'll find in Mansfield. Anyway though, this neighborhood, Bowers Ranch, it was started in like 2015. You're still gonna find new construction here. So if you're like, hey Wendy, I'm in the $700,000 range, interested in new construction, hey, I can bring you here, right? You could see some nice new homes. The median price here, $650,000. It does have an HOA, A little bit pricier than the last one we looked at, somewhere around like $700 a year, something like that, a little bit of change. Backs up to a green belt. Like I said, it does have the new construction. Walking distance to Lake Ridge High School, so that's really nice. The home that you're gonna see behind me here, priced at $685,000, so very much in keeping with the neighborhood. It's priced at $160 a square foot. So for a neighborhood that sells on average of $162 a square foot, it's a pretty good deal, right? So that's an interesting one. It is listed again at $685,000, 4,257 square foot on this one, okay? 5-bedroom, 4-bath, 3-car garage. It was built in 2018. This one has granite countertops, stainless steel appliances, has a butler's pantry that you're really gonna like. It has granite countertops also in the bathroom. Neat feature again in the master bedroom, it has a fireplace, so really, really neat. As you can see behind me, stone driveway. It has the beautiful stone driveways. You'll see that almost in every house here. Has a beautiful wrought iron front door. Love the carriage garage doors. Okay, so really neat house behind us. 700,000 range. So now what you've done is, you've seen something that you could get in like the 400,000 range, and then again in the 700,000 range. So hopefully that has been helpful. We're gonna wrap up our vlog tour over at Oliver Nature Park because you got to see that one. Beautiful. Mansfield puts a lot of emphasis on their green space, so I definitely could not finish out this vlog tour without showing you some of that. All right, so let's go over there. Let's take a look at Oliver Nature Park. We are out here at the Elmer Oliver Nature Park in Mansfield. Mansfield puts a big emphasis on green space. They have over 1,100 acres of green space. Now, this particular park has 80 acres. It includes kayaking, fishing, really has some great nature classes. So, so far we've seen that Mansfield is a pretty well-rounded area. Great retail plus new retail all the time. Older housing all the way up to new construction, so some really good balance there. One thing we haven't talked about, let's talk about schools for a minute, okay? So the schools in Mansfield are rated an A by niche.com. It's really neat. I should balance that out by saying niche.com does put crime at a B-, and then you've got schools at an A. So overall, really neat to have those schools. In terms of that crime rate, I would say to not throw the baby out with the bathwater, right? Because Mansfield is big enough that you may see crime in some areas and not in others. So again, and I've mentioned this in other videos, think about those tools. You're always gonna look at those tools to help you feel safe, and it's really a decision you have to make to help you feel safe in your community. Let's get back to schools though. Again, Mansfield has that A rating. Elementary schools tend to rate like anywhere from a 7 out of 10 to 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. Middle schools, same way, 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10. The high schools, equally great ratings, all the way up to 10 out of 10. Okay, so the schools are something that, I know that's important to a lot of people, so I did want to kind of include that in there. Anyway, hope this vlog tour was helpful. Gives you a good, well-rounded view of Mansfield. Great housing, great neighborhoods, homes of all ages, great retail. Not as much as Arlington, but guess what? That means not as much traffic. And as we were driving here, we saw that on Main Street, we did have some heavier traffic, but really everywhere else is pretty quiet. It really hasn't been that much. So you know what? If Mansfield looks like something you're interested in, reach out. You know what? We've got that home finding questionnaire in the description section. You're also welcome. You can send us a text, send us an email, give us a call. If you like the idea of our family helping yours, let's do this. Give us a call and reach out to us. And in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.